Hey there, boys and gals. You good old Uncle Christian over here. And this is kind of a bit of a bonus kind of episode-ish. Okay, you already listened to the review you own. You already know that like somehow it got kind of cut off. And that was mostly kind of my fault on it because I think I already said that I did say it was like a bit of a point where it just kind of stopped and like I should have paused it and resumed back. As you know what, we're gonna try to redo just at least just the plot portion of it, so at least that way you can get a little more from the plot portion. And over here, I'm with my good girlfriend Elisa, who I love dearly, and hopefully will help me go through this. But I ask her, if she can, to charm in whenever she can. But yeah, to do the best of what we're kind of talking about in the plot. The whole movie was an anthology kind of tale, but it was all of the characters, but in different kind of segments, if you will, which they all had to do with like the same kind of ghost during the whole movie.
It's about how when somebody dies in a rage, then their spirit lingers and the rage kind of continues on. Hence the Grudge.
Yeah, it's called Ju-on.
I think that's Japanese for
Grudge. So it's technically all the same.
And a grudge is basically when you're mad and you hold on to anger. You just keep holding on to it way longer than you should.
And apparently you just go and just beat the tar out of someone, I guess. And I do remember we did like the whole anthology aspect of the film. And, I think, repeatedly that I remember saying that, like, well, it wasn't creepy. Which, as a person who watched a lot of horror movies, it takes a lot to kind of really creep me out.
I know that we were comparing...
Well, you were kind of comparing, like...
Okay, yes. I was comparing the American version to the Japanese version a lot, saying that obviously the American version is more focused on one character. This one was focused on, I think, four.
Yeah, like 4 or 5 like different characters.
4 or 5 different characters. It started and ended with the same, but it was through a longer period of time, like a much longer period of time, where we got to see a second generation person, a daughter from one of the victims of the Grudge, become another victim of the Grudge.
And parents say, let's not like compare, the one from the other. It is because, like, technically they're kind of the same, but really they're not really the same. And the one thing I do remember that did mention from the story that I did really enjoy was that it was not just like a straight out horror movie. It was a bit kind of a sad kind of film too, if you really kind of think about it. Because we see, with like the daughter and the father, and like for some nowhere reason, there's some kind of like doing like somehow not exactly traveling in time, but kind of in one way or other, where they kind of interact with each other. Where you see like the daughter, like when you first see the daughter, she's like a lot younger, but then like later on, like when they kind of fast forward time, I see her much older, which is like, oh well, that's apparently the same. That's the dude's daughter. And for a moment, they got to see each other, where we see him, he's kind of dying out, doing a whole like thing, and we see a little interaction with each other, and it's more like a sad and gentle kind of quiet moment.
Yeah, not really creepy at all.
I think I said it once, but right now I can say it again. Well, between both us are not like we don't get really freaked out, we don't get really scared by horror.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
What about last night?
Well, okay, The Conjuring. Well, see, I was a bit kind of creeped out. Yes, I was a bit, but like I was able to fall asleep. Like I was a bit.
But he was holding me so tight, he didn't want to let me go.
No, can't prove that.
Usually after like 10 minutes, when he already falls asleep, he already lets go of me, and he turns around. But this time he wouldn't let me go.
I don't remember that. I want to see this proof.
I have a video, I'll show you.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, but like I said, like it takes a lot out of me, to be at least be creeped out. And The Conjuring, that was a whole different movie. They're both pretty much the same movie, and they both deal with ghosts. But like with The Grudge, it's more kind of like
Not special effects, not realistic. Just kind of stupid the way they stand there, like, okay, this is fake.
Damn. I didn't remember you hating this much on the movie. Were you hating this much, Pippo?
Yeah.
You were hating that?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got time to kind of like to reflect on it. It's like, man, fuck that movie.
I didn't say it wasn't scary.
But I didn't overall make that like a bad movie per se.
If you're expecting a scary movie,
Well, no, because
and if you watch the first one and it's scary,
well, okay, what is to you like the scariest movie of all time?
Silent Hill.
Okay, and I watched Silent Hill with you. I'm like, and I think Silent Hill is a pretty good movie. I don't think it scared the hell out of me whatsoever. But I thought it was, I think it's a decent enough movie, and I think it's still a decent enough adaptation of the video game for me, anyways. Well, that is someone coming out actually playing the game. But I say, this seemed like an actual pretty decent. I would say like a decent adaptation of it, and I maybe want to play the game because it had that kind of atmosphere to it. But anyhow, see, like I say, with some people, they're not, some people who do watch Silent Hill, they're like, man, fuck that movie. That wasn't scary at all. I was expecting like the greatest, scariest film of all time, and I get jack shit. So we can say about those people, who said that. Oh, probably kind of say the same thing,
Yeah, but see, that movie also had a greater purpose to it, which also made it kind of creepy too, because in Silent Hill you have the little girl that she's actually the devil or something like that, and really she's trying to fulfill revenge for a little girl that was killed, that was burned because she was born out of wedlock, because she was a bastard. And to whatever religion that was, they thought of that as impure, and the way they said it, they fixed the sin, not the sinner. So they killed the little girl, and that's why what happened to that town happened. So in a way it's justified, but at the same time you also know that the devil, the one trying to get the revenge, is not something pure, it's not something right. There's something wrong with it. So it makes it even creepier.
Okay, well, but with The Grudge, still no love.
Just wasn't scary.
But you at least like the plot of it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, we kind of like, it's been like a week, and I remember at least some aspect of the plot, I try to remember.
I remember I liked the plot compared to the American version. I thought this one was a lot better. It had more substance. It was more interesting because it followed different people.
But other than that.
Yeah, but to me, I don't know. I expected a scary movie and I didn't get one, so I wasn't happy about that. I thought the story was good, but
I guess I'm just a person that, I don't really, compare, scariness to... I mean, technically, yeah, you're supposed to... In some ways, you're supposed to, I guess, kind of judge a movie, if they're going to scare you, but it's, well, no, because there could be some movie out there not going to scare the hell out of you, but it's still going to be good no matter what.
Well, it's not about that, it's about expectations. When you go into a movie expecting one thing and you get something else, you can't help but come out disappointed, because mentally when you go into it, when you start a movie, when you start watching it, mentally you're expecting one thing, and when you get something else, you weren't prepared for that. So it's unsettling, you could say.
I guess.
It's probably like a lot of people, let's say Funny People by Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people probably thought it was going to be a funny movie, and I think a lot of people didn't like the movie. If they thought it was going to be funny going in, they would think it sucked because it wasn't funny at all.
See, okay, well, in that way, okay, I guess. But see, my expectation was I thought it was going to be like a Seth Rogen kind of comedy. That's what I was going to enter, but instead I got I guess what I'm saying is something with expectations, even with something like expectation like that, it can have the kind of reverse effect with someone like me who actually do admire and actually do really like Funny People, because it went to another direction. We're like, you know what? I like it this better because it shows a different side to Adam Sandler, which I think there should be more. It should be more of that in his movies.
That's because your expectations were lower.
No,
you had, yeah. Well, because when you think And you said Seth Rogen, by the way, but I think you meant Adam Sandler.
But Seth Rogen. Well, yeah, I think it was
Or
either.
did you mean Seth Rogen?
I mean like Seth Rogen because
You did?
yeah,
Okay.
because I watched Knocked Up and I was expecting that kind of comedy and I I really enjoyed Knocked Up. So it's not like I was coming to funny people and be like, well, this is gonna suck. I was expecting for one way and I expected something and I got something entirely different.
But you know that it wouldn't, like, with something like Knocked Up, with the comedies, you don't expect anything deep, right?
With Knocked Up.
With those type of movies.
I guess. It was a while ago with like whatever expectation. Because I think, like, I don't know how best to explain it, but it just with the expectation of just with Knocked Up. Like, I did want a funny movie and I get a funny movie out of it. And I thought I was like, going to have the same thing with like funny people. She blanked out. Okay, the point.
I agree with whatever you said.
Like I said, I just felt kind of really bad because we didn't tell like what we thought of the plot, and we know we liked it very much. It's one of the things we kind of it's just one of the things that like I just felt bad because of how it just like the way it kind of turned out the review of it. Like that's the one aspect of the whole review that like I felt really bad, and I want to give you guys whatever subscribers I have, no matter what. I want to give you guys at least something. So at least that way, you have a little something more. Like I feel bad, no matter what. That's just me. Like I feel like kind of half empty because it's like
even though you probably already watched The Grudge.
No, I didn't. Oh wait, tell me the people.
Telling to the people.
Oh, sorry. Continue.
You never watched the American one?
I did, but one time.
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think most people have probably already watched The Grudge by now, and they probably already know what it's about, and Ju-on is pretty similar to that as far as, like, overall plot goes. Because or not plot, but, I guess you can say villain.
I guess you can say.
As far as, like, the evil character goes, and, the wife and the son, they're there too. So that story's the same.
But I felt like it was more of a completely different kind of beast to it.
What do you mean?
Because on one hand, with like the American version of The Grudge, it was pretty much it was more about the mystery of it, and then all of a sudden you see like a white dude in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and then he commits suicide. That that was part of the whole entire mystery of it. For like the Japanese version, we already know what happened. Like we don't really go deep. We don't need to go deep.
Right? Yeah, they go about it a different way, but in the end, like I said, the monster still. It all happens the same way. Like as far as like what the villain does, and I don't know what you would call the other ghosts, but what the other ghosts do is essentially the same. The little boy appears, the woman appears. I mean, all that's the same.
I guess. We still have our ratings, Yours was, watch it. I think it was when you're playing something or you're doing something. And my rating was, watch it ASAP. That's still our ratings and still haven't changed. I would like to have the first like couple of minutes of the recording we did. We can't hit slots inside the void, baby girl. Slots inside that void.
I'll live.
You live. I won't.
They'll live.
I still feel bad. But what? At least, hopefully with this, we'll give you at least our thoughts. We still enjoy, the whole plot. And, the anthology kind of goes, yeah. I will say it one more time. I think the one more time because I think I said so many damn times. I want to say this one more time. I give some movies, like, sometimes you shouldn't go with the expectation, like, you want to be scared. That's just for me because like I said, it takes a lot to be scared or at the very least just creeped out by a movie in general. And something like The Conjuring did it pretty well, but when it comes to like Juno, like I was expecting in some ways I was kind of maybe expecting it to be like absolutely afraid or be like really creeped out. I didn't, but I still enjoyed the movie nonetheless. It's still like kind of one of my favorite horror movies to watch. And so, you know what?
He always says that.
Well, I don't say for a lot. I don't say it for I don't say it for like come on and play. That's a piece of shit. Fuck that movie. They could have ran over those fucking kids and that'd be it. That'd be the whole movie. That's it. The first 5 minutes, we're gonna fuck out of here.
That's another lost Dr. Netflix review that you'll never get to see. But we'll tell you right now, if you ever see a movie called Come Out and Play on Netflix,
don't watch it.
Yeah, don't watch it. It's not worth it, and it's very stupid. It's not worth your time. So we won't even do a review on it. We watched it we watched it last Halloween, actually.
Yeah, last year. If you want to watch, if you want to watch a film just like that, just watch Children of the Corn. That's pretty much what it was. But I think Children of the Corn does it much better.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. See, we get this entire review. You get 2. You got 3 in one go. Okay.
I wouldn't even put that on during sex.
No, that'd be just. Especially like at the end. Remember at the end that woman just dies, and apparently because that's fucked up. So I still say fuck that movie, and I give Juwan our rating is still the same, and yeah, hopefully you still enjoy this, and I'm sorry for what happened during review. Hopefully this will this will give you that that little thing of what happened.
Please comment below and tell him that you forgive him.
And please subscribe, and hopefully you enjoy. Till then, happy Halloweeny, Scary-a-thon. There'll be more stuff coming your way. There'll be a CSN report, like Halloweeny like episode. It could be a movie review. It's coming. Maybe another one too. I'm telling you, it's coming. Till then, happy Halloweeny.